Keep it all.
Back from our Christmas break. Darnell Smith, our social media manager, is here.
What's up, man?
Merry Christmas.
Ooh, you look chunkier.
Man, I've been eating good. I can't lie.
We all been eating good up here, boy.
Get that film.
All right, what's popping on the Twitter streets?
Yeah, man, let's start with Baker Mayfield, who has been throwing some major shade at his former head coach, Hugh Jackson. First, he snubbed Hugh with a hug after the Browns beat the Bengals back in November.
Okay.
Then, just last weekend, Baker ran down the Bengals sideline and gave Jackson a strong stare down. Well, our guy, Michael Rappaport, had an interesting thought, tweeting, if rookie Cam Newton was doing the same talking to a coach rookie Baker Mayfield has been doing, what would general population be saying about it? Do y'all think there's a double standard to Baker Mayfield?
I talked to Michael Rappaport about this today before the show. And the only thing I think he's missing is the full context. Baker Mayfield has little guy syndrome, and he's had it for a while. He's a shade under 6 feet. He had to walk on twice. And so this chip that he has on his shoulder, he carried all throughout college. Right. He's grabbing his crotch. He's planting flags. He's taunting everybody. And so he's on brand. He just carried that over into the NFL. And he's being criticized for it. Colin Cowherd, before our show, is a Baker Mayfield critic. And so some people don't like what Baker's doing, and they're saying it. Some are kind of, I don't think it's great, but I'm not sure I would shred him. And so I just think there's some differences between the little dude that's a walk-on, that's played with a chip on his shoulder, versus Superman.
Well, look, I love Baker Mayfield. I love a cocky attitude. I always separate your attitude from your performance. You can be nice and PC and sorry. I don't love you anymore. And if you're cocky and you balling, hey, man, respect to you. That said, to answer your question, hell yeah, there's a double standard. Think about it. Motivations aside, because we land in the same place. Cam Newton got criticized for doing a dance, dabbing, and giving a ball to a kid. I just heard criticism for that. And if he dared look at his coach with disgust and try to own him in the moments, I just think that would have been a wildfire. A little bit more than it is for Baker Mayfield, no matter him still having his own critics.
But having said that, though, are you surprised if you followed Baker Mayfield's college career? Is it shocking what he's doing in the NFL?
No, it's not. But at the same time, Cam Newton, whatever his motivations, he had his indiscretions, he had his issues, he had his chip on his shoulder, whatever you want to do it, say, they landed in the NFL, and then one did this, and it got blown out of proportion. And then one is doing this, and we're just keeping it there. We're not going to blow it out of proportion. That's the only difference. I hear you, Michael. I'm with you.
What's next, Darnell?
Yeah, sticking with Baker, after being asked about his stare down towards Hugh Jackson, he initially said he hadn't done any such thing, but now Mayfield is owning up to it by saying, quote, I don't get why people have a problem with football being a competitive sport. You're supposed to play with passion. If people don't like it, whatever. Is this a good look for Baker?
He also said in there something about all he cares about is what they think in the locker room, I think he said today, which made me say, wow, he's representing the feelings of that locker room in Cleveland.
All right.
And I don't like what he's doing to Hugh Jackson, to be quite honest with you.
Gotcha.
He's piling on a defeated man. He's kicking someone while they're down. And I don't see why he's doing this. I mean, he's really punishing Hugh Jackson, but he's basically saying the locker room loves it and respects it, and it makes me go, damn. They didn't like Hugh in Cleveland. That entire locker room is deeper than just Baker.
Yeah, that one win is telling a lot more of the lack of motivation and support he had in that locker room. I love this. Look, if I got a sorry offensive tackle, after 2 sacks, I'm not going to let up. You taking hell for the rest of your life. And if this gets you out the NFL, that's on you, bruh. I love that competitive spirit. Like Hugh Jackson.
Offensive lineman's in the fire. He's in the game. Hugh Jackson's standing on the sideline.
Coaches like the fire. They give us the gas. They give us the matches. They the one give us the game plan. And if we can't like something, that's on you. And I'm burning you when I can. It's just competitiveness.
You like it?
I like that.
I love it.
It's football. At the end of the day, I used to love talking trash in practice with my teammates, in the games. that's the competitive nature of the sport. That's what
coach.
Sean Payton gets in the
too.
mix. Sean Payton gets in the mix, and guess what? He can take some if he gonna give some.
Mike Tomlin even tripped somebody on down the sideline.
Hugh Jackson's reputation's on life support, man. Why are you trying to pull the plug?
You just feel sorry for him.
His record put it on life support. You did that, and then Baker just like kicking the plug. He's like, all right, one day it's gonna come out the socket. He go. That's on you, bro. Get
all right, Darnell, what's next?
All right, let's move on to the hardwood, where the Golden State Warriors Twitter account wished people happy holidays with this cartoon picture of Draymond Green. Of course, Twitter went nuts over the cartoon. Fans had some pretty funny reactions to the picture. Most people questioning the artist's take on Draymond. We was like, for some reason, Marcel, he kind of reminds me of my guy Whitlock. I don't know what it is. Do y'all think Draymond should be offended by this cartoon?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they put his head on my body.
You stupid.
He's a pro athlete, man. That's a ridiculous rendition of
Oh, look
Draymond.
at that. No Photoshop.
No.
They just did it right there. You know what is amazing, though? Even the fat NBA player that everyone says, oh, he looks bad. Remember Zach Randolph? People like, oh, he out of shape. Have y'all ever seen these dudes in real life?
Yeah.
All of them are skinny or in great shape. None of them are
Except for
fat.
Oliver Miller.
Okay, yeah, you got me. That's day one, though. That's day one.
All right.
Man, no, leave him alone.
Quickly, I want to squeeze one more in, Darnell.
Got you. Moving on to our very own social media star, Marcellus Wiley,
Oh, here we go.
who received a bird scooter for Christmas this year. Marcellus shared pictures of him and his scooter on Twitter and thanked Santa for the awesome gift. Social media was loving the pictures and the Christmas pajamas Marcellus was rocking. All right, Whitlock, do you have an issue with a grown man flaunting his gifts on social media?
This particular gift, will you ever use it beyond this picture?
I'm trying to figure out ways, but not yet. Just in my backyard. Let me go to the pool.
You gonna break that scooter, man.
Man, that was my favorite gift. I got some good gifts, but that one, because it's just so unique. Like, I was like, wait a minute. The thing that's on the streets is in my house, and I can use it? Even little man trying to get his height up so he can use it with me, man.
Don't get hurt on that, and I wish they required people to wear helmets with those things, because I can't believe how popular they are.
They are huge. They are amazing, and I'm not flaunting the scooter, really. Y'all see my thighs and my muscles? Y'all see the body come out?
Medium.
You
I
see
was
that?
on that neck.
Look at the body right there.
Talking about my shirt.
That ain't Draymond there. That's me.
Look like you down to about 18% body fat there.
Double digit.
I wouldn't even give him that.
Hey, hell no. I'm bigger
All right,
than that.
last but not least.
Yeah, on Monday on Lock It In, Todd Furman was talking about Kansas City's defense not looking so good and might be one and done in the playoffs. Take a listen.
They're at the bottom of the barrel. This defense that I didn't think could get worse has gotten worse, and I really believe that Kansas City could be one and done. Won't be surprised if all three of us are picking whatever road team goes into Arrowhead, the divisional round of the playoffs, and upsets Kansas City.
Y'all agree with Todd here?
Yes and no. I listen. If like the Colts, if the Colts went to Kansas City, Andrew Luck, and the way I like their defense, particularly their defensive line, that could be a problem. It depends on the draw. I think there's some teams I like to match up with. If they replayed San Diego, I like them. If they replayed Baltimore, LA. If they play Baltimore, I like them against Baltimore again. But I can see him losing in the first round.
I can see him losing too, and I hate that. That would kill my fan spirit because you root for a team all year long. Yeah. You get excited and then one and done. I love his argument because it's merit-based. I hate the history argument. Oh, KC did this last year. Was Patrick Mahomes the quarterback last year? Like, this is a completely different dynamic, but his was merit-based. Hopefully, he's wrong.
As a Chiefs fan and follower since 1994, history does matter when it comes to the Chiefs. They blow.
Look at boy, you hurt. Heartache.
All right, thank you, Darnell. Coming up, it's approval ratings time, which means Uncle Jimmy will be here.